Yes, we are. Just now.
I never know.
Well, I just told you.
Well, I know, but it doesn't. Facebook doesn't pop up for me. Facebook is kind of that asshole friend,
I know why I
or
got one of those.
or yeah, I was gonna say like we call it me. And
Oh, how funny and true. So I'm
hey,
Zach Glazer. I'm here with Skeeter Green, and we normally do a show where we talk about what's going on, and we have actually a lot going on now.
there's
Um,
a lot going on.
there's a lot going on. First of all, both of us are actually we are leaving town. You leave tomorrow too, right?
I do.
I leave my house tonight, but I leave my state tomorrow, as does Skeeter Green, to go to the beautiful state of Massachusetts, where we hear that it's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. I leave. I'm taking the red eye like a savage, and I will get to Massachusetts early Thursday morning, where the great and wonderful giant leprechaun Ian McGarty was kind enough to pick me up at the airport, where he will then punish me so we can get out of that area.
That's kind of him. I think he's going to pick up me and the other leprechaun.
Well, I looked at it and it might be worth taking the layover and getting to a different airport. I'm flying into Logan, so apparently that's horrible, and I didn't know it.
uh,
I didn't know how horrible it was.
apparently the traffic's bad, but I don't know. All I know
Yeah,
is
I'm sure
I
the traffic sucks.
if I really decide I want to bail, I can bail tomorrow in Dallas because I have my flight changed planes to Dallas. And I can bail and I can rely on Mike Ballard to come get me. How do you think that works out?
Oh, oh Jesus.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
that's
we're
not
gonna
gonna.
roll a Tolcon, I think.
Yeah, that dude, don't bail because then we have to deal with. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm important to
we
you guys
we
now. See, I have leverage.
we have to set up your table and do all of that. Yeah, don't play the leverage card unless you're 100% sure you want to go down that route.
I'm not sure I do.
I, that is the nuclear option.
That's, do you have the comments up?
I do.
All right. If you have any, let me know.
Uh, we actually currently have several people in here. We have a Chuck,
Oh,
we have
hey,
a
Chuck.
Keith,
I know Chuck.
we have a Northwest Jen.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah.
She just threw her hands up in anger and walked out of your room.
Well, it was more like, oh, there's Tom.
Oh no,
She threw her hands up more like I married an idiot.
my wife would do that too, but she's currently on a plane.
Well, she's probably listening to this and going, "Yeah, I married an idiot. He went
Pretty
too
much.
early."
Yeah, that's how it rolled, man.
Okay, so since we're gonna have to put this up so people can actually acknowledge that we were talking about things, but TotalCon is happening.
It's happening.
In a
It's
couple
happening
of
soon.
days. Yeah.
I'm really jazzed. I went there in 2012, and that was before I knew anybody and did anything. The only person I knew when I went was Michael Curtis, and I sat and I gamed in a room with Frank Menser and Tim Kask at tables so tight. It was like a little tiny like embassy suites room with 5 tables. It was like this, and I had a really good time.
Yeah, no, that I had a very similar time at PaizoCon several years ago. Frank was a special guest there, and I got to be in his game, and it went fantastically. Frank is a wonderful DM.
That's true. I don't think he's going to be Tolcon this year, but I think that Tim's going to be there, which is always a good time.
Yes.
And Michael Curtis will be there, and then I know that I'll be
Is he
there.
going to be?
I'm a special
Okay,
guest. I
cool.
feel so honored, actually.
You're a special guest at
I,
TotalCon.
I am. I
How
am.
did
Yeah.
that happen?
Some wizard arranged it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, hey, man.
There should be more good-natured, helpful people as special guests, and if we set the bar really low, you jump over that bar. Yeah, yeah, that's perfect.
Exactly. Anyway, so this right here is what we're bringing with us to TotalCon. It's the
Is the author of that particular book going to be there?
no, it's not. Scott Swift is not going to be there. But
I really, the little bit of time I got to spend with Scott at Gamehole, it was nice. I haven't been able to spend a lot of time talking to him, but
he's a
he's a
nutball.
good dude. I like him a lot.
No, he's a
And yeah,
nutball. He's a nutball,
batshit crazy.
and I met him because he's really picky about commas, and that's why I met him.
Oh, the Oxford.
Yeah, they're the very same.
Oh
In fact,
man,
to,
just by talking shit, we actually summoned him.
oh, right on.
He popped up in the chat. That's awesome.
Yep,
Oh
yep. Oxford commas is how I know him, and that he
yeah.
dresses really well.
So that's somebody I need to talk to because if I do the Halloween um, Call of Cthulhu round at Gamehole, I might need some fashion tips.
He's the guy
Scott
to talk
Swift
to.
is the
Honestly, he's the
man.
best dressed guy I think in role playing games, and that includes Hollywood stars and various other people that show up nowadays.
I'm just happy that people wear clothes um,
Me too.
at game conventions because
I know Me Too is a loaded choice of words, but Me Too.
well, your
Yes,
your
I know.
personal hobo is is really setting a fashion standard in those PJ pants and Crocs. Not to mention the trench coat that just has a very
That has
weird
that has
overall.
no bad connotations at all.
Not a one.
So, anyway, speaking of Scott, since he showed up, is that I just have been going through and working on a video for him because he's having a Kickstarter coming up as well for the Purple
Really?
Pirate Games and the Purple Pirate with fancy purple clothes, but it's for a DCC module called the World Harvester, and
Yeah.
it's very awesome, and that's coming soon. I recommend it as soon as it launches. So
Yeah. I have to give all the props and 100% respect. Charles Wright just named Scott Sparkly Bastard Swift, and I think that really just sums it up so well.
Mwah.
Just beautiful, beautiful. Well
Well,
done,
but one of the reasons we're here actually is this, right here, I believe. Who is that
Charles.
handsome-looking guy with a half a shave?
Look at that sexy devil.
Oh my God!
Man, that nasty goatee has really grown out, hasn't it?
It's it's got you kind of got the gray going too. I mean, I like it. It makes you look
Yeah,
wise.
this is my wizard disguise.
It's wisdom, man. That's what you got there. So what do we got here, Skeeter Green? Tell me about this.
So this is a Kickstarter for a module, Crypt of the Science Wizard, because I assume none of you can read.
It's
Yeah,
probably a wise assumption.
we launched this Kickstarter at noon today instead of 5 o'clock,
Noon.
which was
What time zone?
oddly
Pacific.
fortuitous because the online game that I was going to be on to make a big deal about this was canceled today. So it actually worked out great. We have funded. We are $139 away from our first stretch goal, which will be an all full color PDF instead of black and white PDFs.
Nice.
And secretly, we're hoping that the entire book can be printed in color. That will be also an additional stretch goal. Shh.
I won't tell anybody.
Um, yeah, it's the fifth edition one. The fifth edition version is 48 pages, I believe. The and that is 38 pages of adventure and 10 pages of art book. Like everybody who's familiar with Tomb of Horrors, they had the black and white art in the back that you could show the players. I did that whole thing. It's 30 pages in the S&W version, so it's chock full of goodness.
Doc full of goodness. Who did the cover?
The cover was done, the art was done by Adrian Landros, who you might be familiar with.
Know him?
The layout and design and nice touches on the cover was done by an up-and-comer name of Jim Wampler.
Know him? Excellent choice.
I was very happy that he decided to help me out with that. And speaking of that, Jim has his own Kickstarter going right now
Yes, he does.
for Check This Artifact, and he is killing it
He
right
is.
now.
I'm in on that one too. I'm excited. I don't play a
Yep.
lot of MCC or DCC, but I like the stuff that Jim writes a lot, and so I'm a
Well,
big fan.
yeah. The nice thing about his Artifact book is like with mine. So um, this is for fifth edition and Swords and Wizardry, but I can use his artifacts and put them in here because science, science, bitches.
Science, man.
Yeah.
I effing love science, man. I'll tell you what. I saw that on a
So
bumper sticker.
I always heard this quote. I'm a huge fan of the 70s sci-fi paperback book
Right on.
art,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. And somebody, I'm sure somebody in the chat will uh, educate me on this. There's always that quote that at a high level, science and magic are indistinguishable. You know, the more advanced
Right.
scientific functions, shit is just like, oh, that's magic. So I decided to take it that direction. Like, why not have ultra science instead of fantasy magic? Okay, there's a scientific explanation for all of this stuff, and it works out. And it's slightly different enough. It's coming back to Expedition to Barrier Peaks
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Gamma World, it can tie in. It's kind of a singularity. Just throwing all the science jargon that I know.
That's right. You know, you could have Carl Sagan talk about this. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I should
Hey,
shut
look.
up.
Is
I'm
that is
I'm gonna
that
get.
that doesn't
Yeah,
look?
look at that.
That's not
There's
creepy at all.
there's a door in there.
Why, that's not
Yeah.
creepy at all.
Some of the feedback I've gotten about my Kickstarter and just my general. Oh, that's a screw up. Why is that like that? Why is there space?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably just the way
Whatever.
the HTML shows up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I did get a bunch of people asking me, why I have the commentary in there. Like roll that up just a little bit. Color PDF and stretch gold map. Is that printed on Berber carpet? Looks like it.
It does.
If anybody thinks I'm taking this super seriously, hi, my name is Skeeter Green. We've never met.
Yeah, they don't know you.
Um, I I I left a very wonderful company in RPGs and decided I wanted to know if I could do this on my own. It was time for me to put up or shut up. And this is my attempt to see if I can do this on my own. And so far, so good.
So far, so good indeed. I just love the map that looks like it's on carpet. That really did come out looking like it's on carpet.
Yeah, I mean the texture, the levels of texture. I actually don't use that map. I backed it off a couple of
Notches.
texture layers. But yeah, I looked at that and I was like, holy shit, that looks like a carpet.
It's awesome.
Um,
Hey, I know
yeah,
him. Ian McGarty. Maps by him, I know him.
yeah, yeah.
I know Glenn Seal.
What really kills this is Glenn's
Yeah.
black and white work. I gave him a couple of, he looked through the PDF and looked at the descriptions, and then this is what came out. So I didn't say, hey, I want to see this, I want to see that. I gave him the PDF and he looked at it. This is art from Corey Smith.
I love it.
Um, his his fine art that he does, if you look him up, is ridiculous. He does paintings that look like photographs. It totally blew me away.
Hey, look.
And yeah, I got that idea from the company that I used to work with.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Lesser Gnome.
Hey, man.
So yeah, it's that is the original design for the dungeon, and that's the one that's going to go on tour with me. So when I play the games, that's miniature scale. So I'm going to have people throw their miniatures on that, and that's going to sit on the table. Hopefully, there's no blood.
So will we
or
see that at TotalCon this weekend?
You're going to see that at TotalCon this weekend.
Right on. Right on, right on. And then,
And I did have some pledge levels that I will run a game for you at a convention, and somebody got it. So
right on.
I'm very stoked for Gamehole. I'm going to be running a game for some people
Right
and
on.
get that figured out. So
Right on.
super sweet. Yeah,
Nice.
that.
Well,
So go back down to that piece of art right there. Two of the people in that art are based off of my kids,
nice.
and one of the people in that art is based off of my wife.
I'm not going to guess.
So,
I'll get in trouble.
so you can pretty much eliminate the buff dwarf dude and the old man.
Yeah, okay. I've eliminated those.
The other three are family people. Um, and honestly, I launched the Kickstarter at noon because I just got super overly excited and I just wanted it to start. And in 20 minutes, people rallied and it funded.
That's
So
really awesome.
could not be any more
I'm actually,
appreciative.
I'm kind of now thinking that I need to have these stickers. That's right.
You
Oh
mean
yeah.
these stickers?
No, those. Oh yeah.
These are the test run of these stickers. I think I would like them larger.
I think so too. Then I can put them on my suitcase, for
Yeah.
example.
So
If I want to definitely get searched at airports.
yeah, absolutely. We being me have decided that there are a number of other stretch goals that are going to be based on backers. See, I'm not so cool that I can do these, 100 or 300 or $1,000 pledge levels like some companies like Lesser Gnome can do. So mine is just going to be based on getting the word out and getting more people to get this in their hands. So,
Hey, what I just see? I just saw Fat Dragon Games. Hey man,
did.
I heard that
So
he's running Kickstarter now.
Mr. Tom Tullis, because he likes to be referred to as Mr. Tom
I
Tullis,
thought it was Your Highness.
or Your Highness, or please Overlord stop hitting me.
Yeah.
Any of those will do.
Yeah, it's like this is a this is a cease and desist, Mister. Anyway,
He gave me some files as a stretch goal bonus. He also has a Kickstarter going right now for 3D printed miniatures. He is blowing up like crazy. So please, Tom Tullis, Fat Dragon Games, um, please go check him out. Would you like to talk about our friend, the Mad Mage?
yes, no, no, please go ahead, because he
Oh,
worked with
you
you on
want
this. Yeah,
uh, Jim Wampler, the guy that did the fantastic art for the cover of mine, also has a Kickstarter for Check This Artifact. And he is doing very well, but he can always do better. So go check out his Kickstarter. His book is about a bunch of artifacts and an AI slash god for MCC characters. Um, it's the items and paths for them to follow. But the nice thing about that is the ideas in the book are sound. So if you have a sci-fi fantasy mashup game, you can use it for that. If you're playing Gamma World, you can use it for that. If you're playing MCC or DCC rules, you can use it for that. If you are using Castles and Crusades rules, you can use it for spawning ideas of some, relic
I bet
that
you can
can
use it in
be.
Victorious.
You could probably super use it in Victorious.
So
I'm not saying you can't use it in Call of Cthulhu. Depending on the genre that you use, if you're using the Gaslight or Modern, I'm sure it would fit right in there. Jim's a really good writer, so
he is.
his stuff is usable over a wide spectrum. See, science jargon.
Science jargon. That's right. Once again, science.
Science.
I do want to mention that Frog God Games has two that are up right now. One of them is the world setting for the Lost Lands, which has been promised since like I don't know 1999 or something, some ancient time.
Since 1816.
Yeah, so that's finally up. It's a very long, long book that's going to be excellent. The art's pretty amazing. Colin Chan's contributed to it. The map by Robert Altbauer is amazing. We made Mark Greenberg, the poor Mark Greenberg, the project manager for this, and he's done a wonderful job of taking all the information and organizing it and setting it in a way that makes sense so we can take all the Necromancer Frog God products and put it together in a setting that everybody can use. And it's $75,000. Everybody can use it, and we'll have a whole video about that if that comes up. So, the other one is somebody named Casey. You know a guy named Casey?
I may be vaguely familiar with a
He wrote this thing.
scoundrel.
He has a thing about cats apparently because he wrote this entire module called Encephalon Gorgers from the Moon, and it's all about cats and Encephalon Gorgers and the Moon. No, it's a really cool adventure. It's kind of like real 30s pulpy. It's got some weird stuff, and it's on Indiegogo right now, and it already funded, and it's really going to be great. So I do recommend that.
This day.
It's a good one. It's a good one to call. So it's a big week for Kickstarters for people we know, basically. But
Oh,
I'm here to support my friend Skeeter Green, who's been doing this show with me for going on 6 months now, a little more than that.
Yeah, it's probably 6 months too long.
It could be, but we'll go until it's dead.
We're gonna keep going until they kick us off.
That could be soon.
Yeah, it very well could be.
But anyway, so make sure you check out Skeeter's project and back it. I know he's worked on it very hard. He gets mad when I'm actually honest about this stuff, but he's worked very hard to make this thing cool. He's wanted to do this something on his own for as long as I've known him. We were still working together at Frog God, and so now this is his chance to do it. So I recommend everybody get behind it and go ahead and back it. And while you're there, please back one of the myriad of other ones we mentioned, even Tom Tullis's. So,
We have more to mention.
no, go.
Another creator that we are friends with, Doug Cole,
Oh yeah.
just launched a Kickstarter a couple hours before mine,
Ooh.
and I wanted to give him some attention. He is, as far as I know personally, the foremost authority on Viking martial arts, which gets really specific, but
That's pretty specific.
he builds shields. He has classes. He is very in depth in his research. So if you have any interest in being a Viking or playing a Viking, and you don't obviously buy, Northland Saga from Frog God Games, you can shoehorn in everything that Doug Cole has. He's got. This is actually the second part of his Viking series, at least. I know he's got a previous Kickstarter.
Oh, I had Dungeon Grappling. It's great. So
Yeah, fantastic stuff. So he's out there, and the last one, Adventure Week Games has Rise of the Drow Collector's Edition. They also just launched today, so I pretty much picked the worst possible day to do it. But
I'm glad we went yesterday with the setting.
yeah, I should have probably gone yesterday so I could go head to head with Frog God Games and we could talk shit back and forth.
But we didn't warn you.
Since I am so tiny, yeah, that came as a total surprise to me. I was like, "Oh, you guys are doing a Kickstarter, great!" So most of the people who know me are your fans. So since your pledge levels are like 3 times the cost of mine, nobody will have any money from me.
It was part of the meeting.
Which proved to be not true.
Yeah. Well, we had that meeting though, when we sat there and said, how can we destroy his Kickstarter on launch? Like, how can we make sure that when he hits the button to launch, it's going to blow up right on the pad? And then we tried and we failed.
No, it could not be stopped. My Kickstarter is the Thanos snap of RPG Kickstarters right now. There, half of you have funded.
So anyway, so anybody who's going to TotalCon, please kind of look up Skeeter Green and I. We'll probably be under the careful watch of the smarter of all of us, Ian McGarty, will make sure that we're not in trouble.
So at TotalCon, there's going to be me There's going to be Frog God Games. There's going to be Jim Wampler. There's going to be Tim Kask.
Jim
There's
Wampler is part of
Ian,
Frog God Games.
there's Ian McGarty and Jason Gardner from Silver Boulay. There's going to be Tom Wilson from Throwy Games. There's going to be Jeff Talanian, who's never written anything in his life.
No, I've never heard of.
Um, there's going to be Michael Curtis. I think Brendan LaSalle is there.
Tim Cass.
I already said Tim Cass.
Oh man,
I said him with
he's
Jim
so
Wampler.
important. You can say him twice.
I know. Actually, I think Tim is going to do Curmudgeons from Total Con, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure. So if he doesn't, don't anybody be bitching to me that he didn't.
But I think Skeeter and I will probably get one of these episodes out for Telecon too, and we'll fill you in with what's happening. We'll give you,
Lloyd Metcalf,
Who?
the White Walker from Maine, is going to be there.
No. Edwin Nagy will be there.
Edwin Nagy's going to be there. It's a ton of people.
It's going to be awesome.
This is the first time I've ever been, so I don't know who's going to be there. And apparently there's a blizzard going to hit the Northeast.
I can't wait.
Like today.
Woo! Will I get in? We'll find out.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting in. I don't know if we're getting out.
Maybe I will stay in Dallas. Mike Battleletto, keep your phone on.
I know it's going to be exciting listening to Patriots fans talk about them winning the Super Bowl. Probably won't happen a lot at the game, at the convention, but it might. I mean, sports is a game.
True.
And truth be told, I don't care what anybody says. I am a Patriots fan. I'm a fan of Tom Brady. If you don't like it, I don't give two shits.
I should turn off your picture, but instead I want to turn off the stream. So anybody, back Skeeter stuff, back every other stuff, come by Telecon. We have a few of these for sale, Telecon only. Scott Swift, I may or may not save you one. All right, talk to you guys later. Oh, and Uncle Matt's D&D Studio, patreon.com/Uncle Matt, and on Facebook. Thank you all very much.
Zach, go get on the plane.